I'm Sam Newell. This is my audience. I'm sure that everyone is familiar with the Second Amendment, the right of Americans to keep and bear arms. But why did the Founding Fathers feel the need to include this in our Constitution? Well, the answer is to protect the First Amendment. So what is the First Amendment? Well, as it reads, Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of a religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or of abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of the people to peaceably assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. Now, free speech is an American idea. If you look at this chart from freedomhouse.org, the green countries are countries where social media apps are free, like your speech on these apps is free, they're not restricted. The yellow countries are sort of free, and the blue is not free. So as you can see, the West, Western Europe and North America are all green. This is because the First Amendment set a precedent for free speech in the Western world. So let's break down the First Amendment point by point and talk about what each part of it means. So the first part, Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. What this means is that the government cannot establish an official religion. If you think about in England, King Henry VIII established the Church of England, and that was the official church that England had. And the reason why the Pilgrims came to America was because they were being oppressed because they didn't want to be part of the Church of England. So also the next part, the government can't promote or repress any religion. After World War II, America, when it was rewriting Japan's constitution, included the Shinto Directive, which meant that the Japanese government could no longer fund or support the religion of Shinto, which it had done for years up until that point. So the next part of the First Amendment, abridging the freedom of speech or of the press. So this here is a top 10 list from the Committee to Protect Journalists.org, and these are the top 10 countries in which the press is oppressed. They're censored. North Korea is at the top of the list. Now, North Korea has no private news outlets. All of its news outlets come from the government, and any information that's published to North Koreans comes straight from Kim Jong-un and the government. What this means is that whatever the government says goes, and the people aren't able to know anything different. So the thing about America is we don't have government news. All of our news is private. This means that if a certain news organization isn't publishing true information, the free market can take care of that. People just won't watch that news outlet anymore, and they'll go out of business, and other news agencies will prevail. So the next part, the right of the people to peaceably assemble and petition the government. This is how America combats an overreaching government. We are able to say, no, government, we don't like what you're doing, you need to stop. Now, the government isn't obligated to listen or do what we say, but they aren't allowed to tell us not to do it and to stop us. So in America's representative republic, we elect representatives, and they go and they help write laws in Congress and such. So we can petition these representatives and say, here's what we would like you to do. And again, they don't have to listen, but they can't stop us. And I would imagine that if your representative got a petition with thousands of signatures on it and didn't do what it said, he probably wouldn't win the next election. So free speech and the First Amendment are integral to American culture and politics. And America's idea of free speech has become a precedent in the modern world and in Western countries, and it's a lasting impact that America's had on the world to this day.